Hey everybody, Kayla from PPC Hero here. I've prepared a video tutorial for you guys given the recent changes with enhanced campaigns that we've seen roll out in the last few weeks, because I really thought that a brief how-to on the bid modifier options specifically could really be helpful to our audience. So there's obviously been plenty of conversation around the enhanced campaigns topic, both in terms of what people like and don't like about the changes. That said, even with a few drawbacks or inefficiencies in the changes, I think that the bid modifier changes are at the very least interesting and could be huge time savers for some accounts. So first we'll start with where you can access these bid modifiers within the interface. So you'll need to select a campaign that you've already got opted into the enhanced campaign settings. So I'll click on My Campaign here. You can then click in your Standard Settings tab. And now below that tab for all of your general settings, you're going to see that split into 4 different segments. So the first is going to be All Settings, which is the original settings tab that's got networks, experiments, and similar other changes that you can make. And then you're also going to see Locations, Ad Schedule, and Devices. Let's take a look at each one of these individually. First up is the Location segment. What's great here is that if you're already targeting some specific geographic areas in the campaign that you've opted into enhanced campaigns, those targets are going to already be loaded in here for you. However, that said, if you don't have any locations edited that you're opting into or out of specifically, you can make those changes here with the Edit Locations button. So you can see you can either target or exclude specific locations here within this view of the interface. Okay, so nonetheless, once you've got your geo-targets set up and segmented out how you want for this individual campaign, you're going to be able to apply some bid modifiers to specific geo-targets within the campaign. And the way to do this is to simply double-click under the bid adjustments column next to the area you want to change bids for. You'll then input the percentage up or down from the campaign max bid you want to deviate by for this geo target. So let's say 15. You select whether you want to increase or decrease, of course. I'm going to do a decrease in this situation. And then you just click Save. So in this example, I've asked the interface to automatically bid 15% less for all US triggered queries in which I'm participating in the auction against my competition. All right, next we'll scroll back up and go to the Ad Schedule segment. So similar to geo targets, if you've already got this campaign set to a particular ad schedule, that information is going to automatically be routed into this view for you. Again, additionally, you are going to be able to make some ad scheduling changes from within this view, just using the Edit Ad Schedule button. So again, here you're going to just double click next to the section that includes the day and hour combo that you really want to make an effect for. Here you just, again, input the percentage, increase or decrease, select Save, and you're done. So this is especially helpful, from a segmentation standpoint when it comes to bids, because each of your day and hour combinations gets its own bid modifier. So these I've got segmented out as entire days, but let's say that these were Monday through Sunday from 4 to 8 p.m. And if Monday, for example, performed not well, but not as badly as Tuesday did, I could apply a 17% decrease to Tuesday, leaving the 15%, that should have been a decrease there, leaving the 15% decrease for Monday, and then if Wednesday from 4 to 8 p.m. actually performs better, I can provide an increase in bid modifiers there. So it just allows for a much higher segmented availability for adjusting your bids in a more umbrella sort of fashion. Finally, we're going to go over the device segmentation settings tab. So this is the one tab that you don't necessarily have any ability to change what it looks like upon opting into enhanced campaigns. And what I mean by that is if in this campaign you were previously opting out of mobile traffic, you're now going to be opted back in, aka your previously saved settings are not carried over as they were with the geo-targets and ad schedules. So, as probably you've already heard, two of the big changes with enhanced campaigns are that tablets are now considered to function closely enough to laptops and desktops that they're going to be using the same laptop and desktop bids, basically, collapsing them into one big segment. And then the other big change is that all campaigns that are automatically opted into are already opted into mobile devices through enhanced campaigns. So you can't specifically say no mobile campaigns for me, but what you can do is bid them down. So we'll show in this example how to do that. So in this campaign, I had already opted out of the mobile segment because we had tested it and it just didn't work well. As you can see here, however, I have been opted back in through the enhanced campaigns, and then I've simply just had to decrease my bids by 100%, which is essentially opting me out of mobile traffic without quote unquote opting out by general standards. So you just click save on that and apply. So I just wanted to go over a couple of notes when it comes to, applying these campaign-wide bid modifiers through enhanced campaigns. You may have noticed as we clicked through this interface view that there is no conversion data that's available on the actual modifier view of the interface. And that's not just a mistake within my interface, although I wish it was. You don't have the ability to add conversion data to this particular view. What you can do, and this is geo-targets specifically, for example, is click into which area triggered the ad in particular and get a more advanced level of data, and then you can see conversions, cost per conversions, conversion rates, things like that. But the actual area of the interface where you can make the modification doesn't have that data. So just be sure before you get in to make the modifications, you've either looked at and analyzed the data before actually jumping in, or that you just prepare yourself to know you're going to have to do some clicking back and forth to be able to see all the information you probably need to make those adjustments accurately. And then the last note is just that, if you've got an auction or a query that you're eligible for, and it applies to multiple segments within this one campaign, your different bid modifiers that you've assigned are going to average together to a certain degree and give you an overall bid adjustment for that individual auction. So basically, for example, if someone in the US on a mobile phone searched for one of my keywords in this campaign at, let's say, 5 p.m., all of my bid modifiers that I have are going to calculate together for a final total bid adjustment on that auction. The interface does sort of warn you of this when you go to apply. You can see it right here. When you go to apply a bid adjustment, it gives you just that warning that, keep in mind, if you've got two other bid modifiers in this campaign, the math is going to average all of those percentage of changes out together to give you one final max bid. So you just want to keep that in mind when applying all of those changes on a layered level. So that's the long and short of it when it comes to bid modifiers within enhanced campaigns. Definitely let us know what questions you've got either about enhanced campaigns in general or the bid modifier portion specifically. And thanks for tuning in. We'll see you soon.